All right, so today is Open Q&A Day. For those of you who have not been here before, it's a Friday, so Open Q&A. Jacob Taylor's not here. Jacob Taylor is on a very serious vacation. So this is the schedule for upcoming shenanigans. Today is an Open Q&A. Jacob's not here, but I am here, and also is Christian Schmidt. Christian, can we test your audio real quick? Testing 1, 2, 3. You need to unmute.
Hello.
Oh, he's there. He's
from
hot.
Germany.
Great things from Germany. I can't say it even like you do, but yes, that's good. Cool. And then Christian Schmidt, we've added him to the schedule, Margaret, at some point. Is he back on the schedule?
Not currently. I mean, we need topic ideas from people. If you have things you'd like to do in MonkeyBread, which I'm sure.
Yeah, like how do I have MonkeyBread control a VHS tape recorder and then go to a certain spot and hit play?
Well, in November we have a new release, so we can make a live stream about it.
Cool. We will definitely do that.
It still sells.
No, it's still selling. No problem.
No, you're good. It's getting late. It's like, is it midnight your time there? How late is it? How late are you?
It's 10:15.
Oh, okay. Well, if you didn't get a nap, you're probably getting tired. So this is Christian Schmidt's website right here. For those of you wondering about this, this is MonkeyBread software. There are tons and tons and tons of, this thing has, he always likes to say how many features it has. A lot of times he has a feature, but it's like 4 or 5 commands or 6 commands. But if you take 7,000 calls that this thing does, you divide that by 7 or 8, you're at probably about 1,000 specific things this thing does on different topics. 1,000. Screenshotting this, controlling this hardware, doing this, doing that, talking to Mongo, talk to SQL, talk to Oracle, talk to this, talk to that. It does a ton. Do multilingual applications. Yeah, that was Michelle Gravel. So that is coming up on the broadcast schedule. So as you folks have ideas for broadcasts or questions for Christian Schmidt, obviously if it's short and sweet, we'll do it right now. If it's longer, we'll have to set it out a ways out.
There's a little thing you can see on the blog that's launching FileMaker in different languages, which is very useful for me to make screenshots.
Oh, you want to say this again? Okay, where do I
just
click?
click on my FileMaker blog, and there's this launching FileMaker in several languages there on the bottom.
Ooh.
So click on the headline.
Okay.
To see the article. So you can actually run several copies of FileMaker in different languages on your computer. Yeah.
What the hell? Do you know all these are going to be in the menu bars? I made a couple different Apple scripts to launch FileMaker 18 or 19 and Claris Pro, wonder where you got that from, in another language. So I can double click the French one and instant file launches. Oh my God, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Can I do this right now? Will it work? Can I install it?
Yeah, just download it.
Okay, I'm going to download it.
I put a lot of work into all this new security requirements.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sorry about that. All right, so let me get that out of the way. All right, so where did it? Right here.
It's there. Yeah, double click.
Okay.
Now, best you copy you can copy those, or you can just put them somewhere you like.
I got a lot of open.
Just drag the whole image somewhere.
There we go. Copy them into there. I'm going to grab the title, put it in there, minus the DMG. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. So
double click one.
Double click.
See if it works.
Yeah, I'll try Claris Pro. Why not? Oh, and then Chinese. Oh, no way. Should I say open?
Do you trust it? Yes, open.
Okay.
Yeah, allow the finder.
Ah, I can't find Claris Pro.
Oh, don't you have it in your applications folder?
I do, but it's...
Oh, you renamed it. Oh.
Okay, give me a second. Keep your panties on. Keep your panties in the on and upright condition. Hang on. This is cool. Oh, damn it. There went the dollar jar. It's in Chinese. Wow. How do I...
But you probably know where the menu commands are.
Well, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to launch starting point. Okay. It's going to convert it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, pick a certain location.
Okay. Password.
You log in.
Try that with no admin password. Admin no password.
Yeah, it's really annoying that Claris Pro doesn't try admin without a password.
It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm in starting point in Chinese. Okay, it didn't.
what do
It
you
obviously
say?
doesn't convert your text, but it converts all this text. So this is going to be manage. Oh, this is we could play a game show, right? Manage database, manage.
Yeah, just
That's
look on the
security. That's
shortcuts.
layouts. What's this one? Anyone? Come on. No, we're all screwed up. All right, so I'm going to manage a database. Okay, it's got more Chinese over there. Wow, this is Christian Schmidt.
You didn't even install the plugin.
Yeah, I didn't even have to buy anything. Kyle Williams says, I've been asked to generate encrypted PDFs. Which version of Dyna PDF should I purchase for 5 users? So before he answers the question, let's back up a second because I'm going to help him out with. Christian Schmidt just kicked for us again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here to MonkeyBread, and what I want to do is let everyone know that one, the MonkeyBread plugin for FileMaker Pro or Claris Pro really is awesome, and it does a lot of PDF manipulation. It can do a lot of stuff that FileMaker by itself can't do. In order for that to work, you have to get the MonkeyBread plugin and also the Dyna PDF library. It's like a third-party library. So Christian Schmidt is a third party. He built a lot of stuff, but it leverages this other third-party thing called Dyna PDF. So now that I have framed the conversation for everyone, Christian Schmidt, where would I go to find out about this, and what should I do if I wanted to get Dyna PDF?
Yeah, so click on the FileMaker plugin on the top.
Okay.
Then in the left bar should be somewhere Dyna PDF.
I see Dyna PDF.
Yeah, and then there is
You would
towards
read
the
this
bottom.
right here.
Yeah, don't
Read
read it.
this.
There's this link there: starter versus Lite versus Pro. A little bit.
Oh yeah. That one right there. Click that.
Yeah, and this is a table. And now you look for encryption.
Holy shit. Look at all these features in here.
Yeah.
Encryption. Let me just type. Oh, extraction, optimize. Let me just type the word encrypt.
It's about in the middle.
Oh, there it is. So you need at least the light version. At least the light version. But if you got the professional version, you could do more amazing, right? This is all the stuff that FileMaker can do if you have the MonkeyBread plugin and you buy the Dyna PDF deal. So then if you go to buy it, how do you buy it? Where do you go to buy Dyna PDF?
On the pricing page, it's listed there.
Okay, so you're going to buy 5 seats, which is $1.49 per seat, plus the Dyna.
No, not per seat. That's for 5.
Well, you charge $150 for 5 people. That's like practically free.
Sorry.
Wow. So Dyna PDF Lite is $539, and is that $539 for 5 people, or but 5 to? Oh,
that's you buy it once. Yeah.
You buy it once. Okay, let me order it here.
It's per developer.
Here we go. Okay. So if I have 5 people, am I going to buy one, or am I going to buy?
Yeah, one. You buy it per developer.
Per developer, right? Okay, so if you're the developer, Kyle, then you would buy it, but then you would be licensed to use it for those 5 users, right? Because it's in that 5-pack. So it'd be So Kyle Williams says so it's $1.49 and $5.39, right? I think that's correct. Yeah, it's this for 5, and then this. So the total price is like $800 or something thereabouts. Just some like quick math. Yeah, and look at all the capabilities you get out of that, Kyle. Kyle's like, yeah, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Is MBS available for Claris Pro now? Yes, it works now.
Yeah, I fixed a couple of things, and the 12.5 version can run on Claris Pro. So Richard can install it.
Okay, so
click on the blog again on the top.
Blog. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there you see the latest beta version, and then there's download. That's the article.
Pre-release. Okay.
So you can download the disk image, the second from the bottom.
That one right there?
Yeah.
From the bottom. Okay, here we go. Allow. All right, we're going to try to install this.
You can already look for your plugins.
Chinese.
Yeah, then quit it.
Now this is much funner this way. It's much more fun. So I'm on preferences.
The fourth tab top.
It's the one where it says, then we have to
No.
find the folder.
Five,
Yeah, that's it. That button. We're playing a game. Guessing where your is hidden. All right.
The nice thing is you can use those little AppleScript apps to launch several copies of FileMaker in different languages and open the same database so you can quickly make your screenshots in different languages.
Wow, that's impressive. All right, so
Plugin for Mac.
This one.
Just copy over.
Okay. And then I close that, and then I say, I guess, okay.
Quit.
I quit. And then I got a question. If I reopen Claris Pro, is it still going to be in Chinese?
No.
Oh, hey.
As I said, this is just temporary to launch a second, third, fourth, fifth copy in a different language.
Cool. So then let me go to FileMaker Preferences. Yeah, there we go. Plugins. There it is. Monkey, there it goes.
Sheagle, how is the latest version of server? I've been holding off since it was such a rocky road at the last few updates.
You're talking about the FileMaker platform server? Is that the one we're talking about? Schmiegel.
Yes, Sheagle, let us know if you were talking about the FileMaker platform server versus
because the Claris platform server in here, the only server is this Linux one, which we have a video on how to do. If you want to see that, Margaret will post the link. We already did a kind of an event on that, right? Where we were doing the install, right? If you're doing the FileMaker server with Mac or Windows or even Linux over here, it's actually easier. This one's easier. So yeah.
I think the question may be with the different versions, and since 19.5 had a few bugs, it's good that he waited for the fourth release.
19.5.4 is the current release. Is that what it is right now for server? So I think Jacob is happy with 19.5.4, but yeah, that's a question. Without Jacob here, I don't know what he's doing at the moment, but they've been unkinking bugs with that and fixing them. Yeah, 19.5.4 got a few bug fixes. Yeah, exactly. So I would definitely install 19.5.4. Or if you don't want to do that, it just depends. Well, back up. When you're upgrading, okay, build a new server. Build a new server. Build a new server. Don't install it on top of the one you have already running. You want to have a new server next to the old server. You can make a copy of the files over. You can test them. If it works, then you migrate over that way. You don't forcibly stuff this on top of your old one because you can end up with nothing that works, and then there's no real rollback plan. The idea is if you build a new server, your old one's still running, people are still using that. The new one's for testing. You validate kind of basic functionality, any kind of sticky spots in your solution, right? With Amazon, it's pretty easy. If you actually have actual hardware, it's tougher because you have to buy another piece of hardware or virtualize it or do something. Labo 404, is there an SQL or OData function to change the field index type? You're talking about, okay, so it's one of those questions where someone asked me a really interesting question, and because I actually can loosely follow the question. So when we talk about field indexing type, everyone, normally when you set up indexing in FileMaker, I'm going to go to contacts here. I'm going to go to field definitions here real quick. Say I'm going to go find account name, which is like the company name, okay? It's text. It's a text type object, text field. And then you go to storage. And down here is indexing. Indexing can be all, minimal, or none. This is the indexing setting. It will index in English. Normally, you're going to index in your native language, or you're going to go to Unicode, which has some very distinct, that would be a good conversation. Mark, why don't we set that up? Well, we could do it today if you want, but we should come back and cover that on a specific day. Indexing, changing indexing, changing field indexing within the FileMaker platform, a guide for intermediate developers is what we should call that, Margaret. If you wrote that down, hopefully you did.
I am typing at the moment. Yep, so intermediate developers.
Because you're going to want to do this if you have a field that's an email field, or you have special characters in it. That way you can actually search for those characters. Otherwise, it gets more complicated. It's a bigger conversation. So is there an SQL or OData function to change the field type Can you, Christian Schmidt, I don't know if you can do this. Can you forcibly, through programming a script or something,
The first question would be to download the documentation for SQL and for OData to see if there is a command for that. With SQL, I know that you can create an index or destroy an index, but I have no idea what type of index it would build.
Well, if you created an index, it would be temporary in so much as that it existed until that command was purged, right? Is the idea. That's what SQL does, right? It allows you to create a relationship through the SQL statement. You can even probably set the indexing and sort and filters and things within it, extract the data. Then once that script is done, right, then it jettisons that data. It's not
No,
something.
there's a SQL command, create index, which you can run with the MBS plugin. And so you can make a minimal index, I think.
Okay, back up, but you can't, okay, back up. You cannot change a field definition from a SQL command, can you? We're talking about changing the on this screen right here. I don't think you can do that. With SQL.
Yeah, but if you create an index with a SQL command, you are adding an index, so you're changing some options there.
OData lets you create or delete index, but no options in there. Okay, but that's with Cloud 2, right? So yeah. The question about the commands to change index, here's the thing about SQL, okay? And you folks have to, is that I don't know, FileMaker's never let us programmatically alter the file. That's why when you use SQL statements, that's why we have SQL in the first place in a lot of things. Because when you take SQL and you write a script with SQL, remember, FileMaker doesn't generally understand SQL. So but it does have this one main benefit. And the one main benefit is you could say, find some data between this table and another table through a relationship that doesn't exist in the schema. So you're trying to generate data without any of this schema in here, right? You have the tables, but maybe there's no connection to it, right? Makes sense? So you can craft that with the SQL statement. SQL will temporarily on the fly create the relationship for you in RAM memory. It will extract the data, display it for you. Then when that SQL statement ends, I'm assuming that you've taken the values from that or the results from that, saved it in a field or in a variable or something like that. But once that is done, all that infrastructure that SQL built to build temporarily, it builds a relationship temporarily, right? Gets dumped out of memory. If there are statements that allow you to change the underpinnings, there's not been a lot of that in the FileMaker platform to actually go in here and forcibly create a field and changing the index. Christian Schmidt, are you sure? If you have a demo for that, we can have you demo.
Well, just take your file. Do you have pick a table, pick a field, make sure it doesn't have an index?
Okay. Well, yeah, but okay. Well, okay. Yes.
Then we make one with SQL. I mean,
yeah, but I don't know
the
the command to do that. You're going to walk me through.
Yeah, I will copy and paste it for you.
Or do you want to show your screen? Why don't we show your screen? You do it. You want to do that way? You may share.
So here is a copy of FileMaker, and here's the documentation for SQL.
Okay.
So let's make a dummy database. Text file, yeah.
Okay.
So we have here, let's say we have here a field first name, title. Let's say title.
Yep. Okay.
Text. Let's take a look before.
Storage. Yep. And it's none and it's set to English. Very important. Okay, cool.
Okay. So data viewer. BS. Oh, no. I have to make a script, huh? Don't I?
Yeah, this is the part where you get to fumble around and we can look at you and then that's fine. I mean, you're already a recognized expert. I don't want to have to try to, it'd be like me literally trying to teach someone how to do open heart surgery. I mean, I don't know.
Execute.
X-Acto knife.
So local file. So SQL statement.
Okay, here we go.
Let's just copy this. So create index on table name as contacts title.
Okay.
Parameters, no parameters. Okay.
Play.
Run it.
Okay. Now.
Don't see anything. I know that's indexed there. And you got a minimal one.
So I turned minimal on from that.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you change it to Japanese? Because someone asked about a different language for that. It doesn't really matter. It's Japan. Yeah.
Well, I
Change
don't
it
know
with your
what
script.
language it picks. It was it was set to English before.
Yeah, it was set to English before. It just turned it on, is what it did, right?
Yeah, it turned it index on. That's all it does, and there is no other option here except you can read the text. That's just the interface we have.
So you could turn it on. It'll default to what the default is for your
Yeah.
language, which is, in my case, English.
So there's also a drop index, so you can drop an old one and make a new one.
Oh, will it remove an old index into a large one? If you're dropping, do me a favor and just run that and see if it just removes it entirely.
There was someone who wrote a script to compare how many records they got in via FileMaker and how many records they got via SQL to detect if an index is broken. It's gone.
Ah, that's nice. So you could automate the idea of dumping and recreating the indexes. You could actually automate that in a solution too. Like someone says, "Oh, my index is corrupted." I mean, it doesn't happen that often. I think the last time RCC had a corrupted index was a couple years ago. So I don't know. It's worthwhile to do that because otherwise you have to manually come in here to do it.
Okay, let's say I drop an all. No, it has all as index. Let's see, I drop it, and then I turn it on again, and seems to work. But
Back to minimal. Yeah,
it's always minimal.
Yeah, and what it'll do is it'll jump up to higher. It'll go to all if it needs it. You start using it in a relationship, but where a relationship or in a find command. Minimal is used for values, right? Value. It allows you to create value lists and things like that. Because remember, minimal is it's indexing the entire word, one whole block of word, and all is it's indexing the word and it's indexing the individual characters from left to right. Most of you, hopefully, index can index be listed? Yes. Create a couple records in there. Christian Schmidt.
Create records. Okay, let's make a new record.
Yeah, let's make Dick and Richard.
Just
and then Richard and then Christian and okay.
So
okay.
Now search for it.
Yeah, what you could do, you do a find. You can do a find, and this is how you see it the most obvious way. You click in there. Well, okay, you do that, but you can actually display indexes, right? You say view up there at the top, and you can say view somewhere. You can say view the index or insert. Try insert. Look under insert from index. And what it'll do, it'll pop this. It'll show you this index right here, right? So now you can, since FileMaker can get it, I'm sure you could script it over here to extract it out, right? I haven't done that lately.
You mean like here select all and then copy selection or copy content?
Yeah, you could do whatever you want to do. Yeah. The idea is though it's built into FileMaker as a function so you can access it other places. You can go, can it be listed text field? Yeah. So, I mean, Nick has done demos on this where he's demoing how to do finds and things like that. And he was doing some really wild index stuff, right? Some of you guys remember seeing that, guys and gals, right?
Okay. So finished here?
I think we are. Do we have other questions at the moment? David Angel, any final questions? Nick's creates his own index. Well, yeah, he's done that too, but that's, yes, I would probably have him discuss that. But if the problem is he's not going to endorse the use of SQL to that. So yeah, if you use that, he'd probably just he'd go over there and disconnect you off of Discord for even asking the question. Delete David Angel for asking SQL questions. But no, yeah, indexing is an important part of FileMaker. It makes all the bits and pieces move. It makes the finds fast. It makes the relationships work at all. The ability to pop up value lists, etc. Is there a way using MBS plugin to plug in example database to to auto-determine which version of the plugin is in the container. You mean the MBS plugin, right?
Yeah, we can do that. So let's see, MBS plugin version container. There you go. So on Windows, you write it in a temp file, and then we have this file info function, which tells you a version of a plugin file, or DLL in this case. On macOS, you would get the info plist and then use maybe an XML function or one of our plist functions, and even on Linux, we just read the whole plugin as text because the plugin contains the version number as text within the plugin. So we can try it.
Yeah.
And here you see our second try, just using regular expressions on all three.
Okay. All right, cool. So there was that one. So there's the answers for you there. Frequently, that's the thing. So let me back up. As a general tip, if someone wants to know if MBS will do something, do we come over here and just do a search for, what do we do a search at? You go to the blog, or we do a search somewhere? Or there we go, documentation.
For example, what could we search for?
I do like a screenshot. I want to control screenshots.
Oh, screenshot, yeah.
Why? That's one I've done before. I know it should be in there somewhere, right? There we go.
So, screenshot functions, yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so it's no matter what you want to do, it's probably in here. If you actually find something that MBS doesn't do, send Christian Schmidt an email. How do people email you? Is it what support at?
Support at, yeah, we have a contact page. So
there we go. Look at that. Send him an email, and especially if you're a paying customer or you're going to be a big paying customer, he'll be happy to hear about what you need to do that it doesn't do. Okay. But odds are it already does it. So Labo's asked a question. We're going to take that one, shelve it until we can get Calvin in here or someone else to answer that question. Is there an MBS function to get data out of Microsoft Project Online?
That's just another web service where you can use the call function.
Could you, is it something that would be in Zapier, right? You could do the Zapier. Zapier get started. You could go to products, how it works. You need to see a listing of all their connectors, right? Isn't that how that works? Resources, blog, experts, Zapier, universities, webinars, blocks, Explorer, popular apps that work with Zapier, right? Microsoft Project. Oh, I was typing and nothing happened. MS Project. How about the word project? Zoho projects, easy projects, project manager, project works, project. So I don't see, how about Microsoft? Outlook, Teams, Dynamics, CRM, Exchange. So these are the ones that looks like they've got it. Missing this one. MBS has commands that connects with Zapier. David, potentially if there was something specific, but most of the time when you're talking to Zapier using built-in curl calls, right? Built-in curl. It started in FileMaker 16. They improved it in FileMaker 17. That's how you talk to Zapier. So that Zapier is Claris Connect is what Zapier, or what Zapier is what Claris Connect wanted to be. Claris Connect came out, and this thing is frankly has big funding behind it, lots of capabilities behind it. We still use Zapier. They make middleware connectivity between different services, right? So my engineers have always used Zapier. They still use Zapier. All right, well, that's about it for today. It's a short day. We appreciate all the questions that you've had. If you have questions that you want us to address in a live stream, please send an email to support@rcconsulting.com and say, hey, questions about Livestream or ideas about Livestream. Once again, Michelle Gravel asked questions about some localization, making your FileMaker solution support different languages. And we've added to our schedule already, although Margaret has not followed through with that, but Margaret's working on that. It is on the calendar officially. Also, if you have questions about MonkeyBread, between asking me a question and asking Jacob Taylor a question, asking Christian Schmidt a question, we can answer almost just about everything. So MonkeyBread is like the ultimate Swiss Army knife. If you don't own it, go buy it. I highly recommend it. I wouldn't encourage you to buy it if it wasn't so awesome. Okay, cool. And then, like I said, you have topics. We'll try to pick them up. Stu, David, Fox Jack, Kadidi, Jonathan, Ken, Kyle, Labo 404, woof, Lynn at Austin, Mark the Marine, Ralph from Knee Scott. You folks are great. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad you're here. Enjoy the weekend. We'll be back Monday, right, Christian Schmidt?
Yeah. And if you go to a conference and see me, I may have a few pocket knives.
Oh, if you want a Christian Schmidt pocket knife, let me know.
Yeah.
There it is.
You can come to Sweden in November.
I'm going to be a pause on air. We'll have to see if we can. There'll be some of you a pause on air. That'll be good. All right, cool. Cool. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Oh, hold on.
What?
There's a very speedy last unrelated question. Is FMSP 22 Lite version 8 the latest? Is there going to be an advanced version eventually?
Okay, back up. So here's the update on starting point. Okay, so we have
you need to share your screen anyway so you can run credits when you
that's right. I need to share my screen anyway. Share screen. So if I go to fmstartingpoint.com and we say versions, there is a light version, a standard version, and an enhanced version. The light version is at the 22 standard. The latest word is that the standard version over here and enhanced are both the same thing. They're built together. We'll be entering public beta next week. So John Hogle tells me. So we will be there next week. There's some debate whether we might call it 23 because we're practically going to be in the year 23. And then I don't anticipate a big upgrade middle of next year, probably not. So, but yeah, it's you will have the standard version and the enhanced version. We validated that the QuickBooks functionality is functional in it. So that was a big part of it. It's a lot of work. We're also doing it so it uses UUID over here. That way it works really well with 360works, synchronization, offline synchronization functions with the FileMaker platform. Offline synchronization doesn't work with the Claris platform. So, but yes, there's good update on that. We are making progress on that. I continue to invest my personal money. Yes, it's my personal money into upgrading that, the CRM. Okay. So the light one is, I think, X8 right now. If I went, I don't have the link off the top of my head. Mark, can you validate it's X8?
I think can. Give me a second. I'll be able to do that shortly.
You will validate that it is X8 because we had a couple updates on the couple bugs that we found. Okay. Alpha 92651. Yeah. So it's continues to be the definitive standard for CRMs. A couple of our competing companies said, hey, we should come out with a CRM too. Right. That was awesome. It's always funny when people do that. They're always chasing us. I can't wait till someone comes out and tries to copy MonkeyBread Plugin because Christian Schmidt will run them out of business. I guarantee. All right. Margaret, you have an update for me yet?
Give me like slightly a little bit longer because I was looking for things. It is indeed X8. So
X8's the latest one. So if we find bugs, we'll update it, rev it. But our next goal is to get the standard/enhanced one out. Public beta next week, which means that it will be available, but it may not be perfect, right? So, okay. That's it. See ya. Appreciate it. Christian Schmidt, good job today. Thanks for stepping in. You are awesome as always.
Thank you.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.